Hey everyone, what's up? Welcome to yet another edition of Uncivil Law, and for today's edition, we are part of our continuing, sometimes story of Let's Play Phoenix Wright. Real attorney plays real Phoenix Wright. And we learn nothing of value, but we do have fun along the way. I am your host, Uncivil Law, and we are going to continue where we left off with wherever we were in this game. We're just going to continue, and we're going to comment on the absurdities of this as we do. So let us see what happens, and let us try to have some fun. Let's get started. I believe we are in the trial of Miles Ellsworth, the prosecutor from the shooting on the lake. We are defense lawyer, and I believe we are in trial is where we left off, so let us continue. Karma? That's right. Manafort von Karma. He's the best prosecutor there is. He hasn't lost a case in his 40-year career. He is a god of prosecution, right? A god. Not a single case? He'll do anything to get a guilty verdict. Anything. Sounds like someone else I know, Edgeworth. You don't understand. I mean, he'll really do anything. Man von Karma is a man to be feared. That's quite a claim coming from someone who forges evidence. He taught me what it really means to prosecute. Forge evidence, apparently. What? Just picture a prosecutor as vicious as me, multiplied by a factor of 10. I wonder if he has 10 times the amount of... what would we call that? Ascots, I guess? Ugh. So, was he your teacher then, Mr. Edgeworth? Well, duh. Something like that. Oh, he's your father. And now he's trying to get you guilty? What a creep. Oh, wait. Maybe he's planning on losing on purpose to help you out. Not a chance. He hasn't lost once in 40 years. 40 years. He's as ruthless as me, times 20. I thought it was times 10. It gets worse. That's pretty ruthless. Can you be more ruthless? Because ruthless is less. You have no. You're less Ruth. Like I said, he's a god among prosecutors. I guess that's something like Mia was to me. Speaking of Mia, Maya? We could really be using Mia's help right now, don't you think? Oh. I can't. Sorry. I tried. I really tried, but I couldn't reach. You couldn't reach? I think it's because I haven't been training. My powers are weak again. Oh man, what bad timing. I'm really sorry. I'll try my best. I hope so. What are you whispering about? Oh, it's nothing. Well, it's time. Let's head in. Hey, this is even timely. December 26th, day after Christmas, and we just got Christmas coming up. So this is Christmas edition. I didn't realize how timely we were. So, Christmas time. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Miles Edgeworth. Is he the only judge that exists? The defense is ready, Your Honor. Oh, yeah. Look at this guy. Karma. He's Karma Police. Mr. Von Karma, is the prosecution ready? Fool. You seriously think that I stand here where I'm not completely prepared? Right. My apologies. He's even got the judge scared. Very well, your opening statement, please. Decisive evidence. A decisive witness. What else could I possibly be required? Physical evidence would be helpful. Confession, video evidence. Circumstantial evidence. He's out on a boat rental. Papers, credit card purchases. Anything that would show like time, location, information, other purchases in the area. Other witnesses that show where he was coming from, going to. Other people that could testify about his mood before and after the event. Maybe someone who could testify about the weather. Knowing everyone who's present. These would be some ideas. Nothing, of course. That should be fine. The prosecution may call its first witness. What's with this guy? Is he royalty or something? How am I supposed to fight against this? I call the detective in charge of the case, Detective Dick Gumshoe. Okay, Gumshoe's first. Let's see how this goes. Describe the incident. Now! Yes, sir. Detective Gumshoe looks nervous. Please take a look at the map. The murder happened late Christmas Eve around midnight, which again, remind you, the trial's on the 26th, in the morning. So we're like a day and a half away from the actual murder. That's quick. There was one boat in the very middle of the lake. There were two men on the boat. Now there happened to be a woman camping here on the edge of the lake. At 12:10 a.m. she heard two pistol shots. Then the boat started to move. It went towards the boat rental shop. Overhead map added to the record. To testify to the court about the arrest. Now! Wait, Mr. Von Karma. Yes? Actually, I'm the one supposed to be handling these proceedings. Well, I don't know how Japan does it, but in the United States, the judge is really not supposed to intervene, but... Wrong. There's only one thing you need to do here. You will slam down your gavel and say the word guilty. That is your role. Well then. Yes, of course. You're quite right. Oh, he's not. Yeah, I do theoretically get to, like, ask questions, right? A man called in the station around 30 minutes after midnight. We headed to the scene of the crime as fast as we could. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. How are you coming to these conclusions? I see, very well. Well, he said there was a woman who happened to be there that night. There's two men on the boat. So who made the phone call? This would be helpful. One, Merry Christmas to you as well, sir. Thank you for joining us. I see, very well. Begin your cross-examination, attorney. Now! Wow, okay. And you know, when you're in a courtroom, you don't call another attorney. You call them counselor. That's the preferred method of address. So if I want to talk to my opponent, I refer to him as counselor, or Mr. or Mrs. So-and-so. I could refer them by name, but I wouldn't call them attorney. It's just weird, at least to me. A man called in the station around 30 minutes. Yes, who was it? You received a call from a man? Or a yerp? But you said there was a woman camping there. Yeah, that's what I was saying. She was the one who heard the 2 gunshots, right? Objection. That woman and the man who called the report are 2 different people, obviously. Yes, well, I'd like to know who these people are. Different people? There were 2 witnesses. How do you know that? Who is the other witness? Did you tell me? Did you disclose it under Brady versus Maryland? Probably doesn't apply in Japan, right? Irk. Their testimonies were quite similar, however. Yes, but heaven forbid I get to ask them both. Hey, Crimson J, hello. Yes, it is Unky Blackleaf. How are you doing, Crimson? Hope you're having a wonderful Christmas. Today I summoned the woman who was camping. The woman who was camping. Lot of heart. What happened next, detective? Well, I'd like to cross-examine. I'd like to call the man. What is his name? I'd like a subpoena. I'd like him to testify. I'd like to, you know, ask him questions before he gets on the stand. That'd be nice. Could I have some interrogatories or something? Could I have some, you know, some sort of... whatever. Let's carry on. We had the scene of the crime as fast as we could. Press about it. Hold it. How long was it between receiving the report and your arrival at the lake? Good question. Or, well, it says about 3 minutes. That's fast for a response time. That's pretty fast. Yes, it is. Our motto for the month is get there quick. Objection. Detective, you refrain from casually revealing department secrets. The motto is a department secret. Wow. Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. And also, you're under oath. So the idea of secrets is, you know, a little different, as you might imagine. I look forward to your next year's salary review. Oh, screw you. So much to look forward to these days. This is no time for dejected daydreaming. Continue. This is my cross-examination. How about you sit there and shut up? How about that for a plaid? How about you just stand there and don't talk? It's my turn. Yes, sir. That's where we found Mr. Edgeworth. I pressed about it. What was Mr. Edgeworth like when you saw him? Good question. Go to his immediate affect. Very good question. Ideally, I'd like to know the answer to this question. Before asking it as the defense lawyer, I'd like to know what the answer is. Because obviously the answer could hurt me, but I'd like to know. But I know he didn't suspect him, because he said that earlier, so I can reasonably suspect that it wasn't too incriminating, although that's still a gamble. You never do this in real life. Well, from what I saw, he looks pretty relaxed. Not like a murderer at all, really. Objection. Detective, the court requires your facts, not the opinion. Well, he looked pretty relaxed, is a layman's opinion. Actually, they kind of are both layman's opinion. He can say it as a layman, and he could also offer it as an expert. So either way, he's entitled to an opinion. He seemed relaxed. That's something a layman could testify to. Didn't seem like a murderer. I don't know how a layman necessarily knows what a murderer looks like, but still a layman's opinion. So, no problem. Juan, are you sure about those 3 minutes? Are these magic grades? Did you get these from Jack and his beanstalk? Are you sure about those 3 minutes? Are you sure about those 3 minutes? How many years have you been on the force? Facts only, detective. Hard, cold, objective facts. Yes, sir. Man, he's got a share of objections. None of which are valid. Now, I didn't suspect him of anything at all. I don't want to press, because that's helpful to me. But the next morning, a body was found in the lake. Okay, let's press about that. Did you find any clues on the body? Again, I should already know the answer to this question, because as a defense lawyer, I should have a copy of the autopsy or a police report or something. So, and I would like to know the answer to these questions before asking them. A single bullet was recovered from the body. Great. What kind of bullet? What caliber? What kind of gun was it fired from? by? These would be other wonderful questions to know. He was shot through the heart, fatally. Hero said, I thought you hated this game. Well, my fans like it. The first video I did of Phoenix Wright is still one of my best performing videos ever. So people seem to really like it. So I don't know if they like me being tortured by it or what, but you know, from time to time when I have a little bit of energy, I do it for you guys. Judge, here's the bullet. It did strike both, though its shape is well preserved. You'd bring in an expert for this. Very well. The court accepts this bullet into evidence. I also suppose it's a full metal jacket if it wasn't deformed. Big C Burger says Phoenix seems very unprepared. Well, Big C Burger, apparently in the Japanese / Phoenix Wright universe, they're very unprepared because the murder happened at just after midnight on Christmas Day, and it's now the day after Christmas. So the murder is less than, it's 30 hours old. The murder happened 30 hours ago, and we're already at trial. So that might be part of the reason that he's unprepared. So, yeah, good times. Hey, Lint. So we had to arrest Mr. Edgeworth. No, you didn't. Why is that? Good question. Why is that? Well, we found the murder weapon in the boat. Yes, and... the murder weapon? A pistol. Detective Gumshoe. That is a vital piece of information. Yes, it is. Please revise your testimony. Right. Sorry, Your Honor. And how did you tie the firearm to Edgeworth? How'd you tie the gun to him? Were his prints on the gun? Was it registered to him? Did people see him with it? Is there a photo of him in his office with it? With him showing the gun to people? Is that yeah. The murder weapon we found in the boat was decisive evidence. Press it. What about the pistol made it decisive? That's a reasonable question. We know he shot through the heart. We know there's a pistol found in the boat. Is this the pistol that fired the bullet? Not necessarily, because we don't know that yet. I mean, it's the logical conclusion, but could be planted, right? Tisk, tisk, tisk. Ack. He has the same evil laugh as Edgeworth. There are fingerprints on the pistol. Now we're getting a lot closer. Whose fingerprints were they? They were clear prints from Mr. Edgeworth, right hand. Okay, well, that's very helpful. So we have the murder weapon. Now we just need to show that this is the gun that actually shot the person. So can you connect the gun to the bullet? So we connected Edgeworth to the gun. Can we connect the gun to the bullet? That would be helpful. What? Order, order, order. The Prime Minister. So Mr. Edgeworth's fingerprints were found on the murder weapon? Yes, Your Honor. Judge, this is the weapon in question. How do you know that? How do you know that? How do you know that this is the gun that fired the bullet? Did anyone do a forensics examination, or are you just leaping to the conclusion? Accepted into evidence. There's a step missing, guys. Pistol added. The murder weapon. Fired .22 caliber, fired 3 times. Now the woman said she heard 2 shots. It's not much of a contradiction to hang her head on, but something. Bears prints from Edgeworth's right hand. Very exciting. Members of the court. We now have the pistol used in the murder. How do you know that? And the bullet found in the body. That you do know. Detective. Yes, sir. Was the bullet found in the body fired from this pistol? Thank you for asking the tying question. Thank you, Jesus. Yes, the ballistic markings of the bullets match the pistol. Okay, well, now we're in a lot more trouble. We have Edgeworth at the scene of the crime shortly after the crime occurred. We have the gun with his fingerprints. We have the markings of the bullet from the gun, and we found the bullet in the guy. So our evidence against Edgeworth is now looking pretty good. So yes, we finally actually got into a case, guys. We finally got into a case where a prosecutor might be actually thinking about bringing this case. So hey, this is the closest we've gotten to actual evidence so far. You know, hey, this is not so bad. Hey, Nick, what does he mean? Ballistic markings. Oh my God, do I have to explain what ballistic markings are to this girl? Okay, so like most guns have rifling in them, right? So it's some kind of spiral that's built into the barrel of the gun that causes to force the bullet to spin. Because when you cause it to spin, it becomes much more stable. The same reason like a football becomes stable when it spins. So you put a spin on the bullet for it to become stable. Those lands and grooves, they're called, inside the bullet, leave markings on them. Now some guns, the spiral is called a left twist, and some are called a right twist. And they have different numbers of them, and they have different characteristics. So you can see, like, did it have a right twist or left twist? How many did it have? And then as the gun gets used and used, it becomes more like a fingerprint because different parts of it get beaten up at different rates. So as the gun gets used and used and used throughout its life, it becomes a little bit easier to individually identify the bullet to a particular gun. And you can also look at gun residue and things like that to help tie it. But I've now explained what ballistic markings are, so that's exciting. Shocking. To imagine someone here does not know something as basic as ballistic markings. Well, she is an assistant. She's not really a lawyer, which also is like why she's sitting at counsel's table, but yeah. Or is she a lawyer? I don't think she is. No, she's not. She's a medium. She can channel a lawyer. Does that count? Nick, he's glaring at me. Tisk. Very well, I'll explain. Actually, Judge, you do it. Me? M. Ballistic markings are like fingerprints of a gun. Yeah. The barrel leaves distinct marks on each bullet it fires. Yes, because of the grooves, because of the rifling. You can examine these ballistic fingerprints to see which gun fired the shot. Yes, you can. You need to, like, be an expert to be able to do it, beyond, like, the basics. You know, right or left twist, pretty much anyone can see. Number of grooves, anyone can see. But beyond that, you know, you need some expertise. And it's a judgment call, but yeah. It's quite accurate. Well, it's probative, let's say that. Indeed. This leads to one inevitable conclusion. The bullet found in the victim's heart was, without a doubt, fired from this pistol. Okay, he's acting like a prosecutor. That's a little aggressive in phrasing, but no major objection. This is actually something a prosecutor might say. If a prosecutor ever wore this, though, they'd be thrown out of court immediately, though. This is ridiculous. The pistol, which as you may recall, was covered with the defendant's own fingerprints. That would be what we count as physical evidence, kids. We have physical evidence. We have many pieces of physical evidence. Well, technically, him being there is kind of circumstantial evidence, not physical. Well, I guess you could view it either way. He was at the crime scene. We have his fingerprints on the gun. We've done ballistic markings. We have the bullet. So we have a whole bunch of physical evidence. And we have a witness. Pretty good. Not bad. You know, looks pretty good. It's the first case that actually, like, the prosecutor might actually have something. Order! Order! The Prime Minister. This is bad. This makes it look like Edgeworth did it. Yes. Well, Judge, I say it's almost decisive, yes. Your next trial, could you please wear what Carb is wearing? No, absolutely not. Every lawyer wears a suit. They all wear exactly the same thing. The only exception to that is the Solicitor General of the United States, who wears a full-on mourning coat, which I think looks ridiculous, but it's tradition. So, yeah. Honestly, I could declare a verdict at this point. No, you can. I get the right to call witnesses too, damn it. However... Oh, no. You wish to hear witnesses speak, no doubt. Very well. I am somewhat fatigued, and so I'll take a brief break. The trial just started, ass. I'll call my witness after the recess, which will last 10 minutes. You don't get to decide that. The judge does. Judge. Yes. What are you doing? A 10-minute recess. Now. If you ever talk this way to a judge, you get slapped down hard. I don't care who you are. But wait, just bang your filthy films a gavel and get on with it, man. Jesus Christ. Yes. And also, the judges are also wearing a suit, incidentally. They wear a suit under their robe. So they wear suits too. So, just saying. Ahem, this court will take a 10-minute recess. Who's running this court anyway? Good question. The ascot man, yeah. I've never seen a lawyer wear an ascot. You know, as creative as it gets for lawyers is usually whether to wear a pocket square or not. So these are the scope of creative choices when it comes to lawyer attire. All right? These are your scope of choices. Unless you're in Texas, you just wear a normal tie or a bow tie. I have seen bow tie. If you're in Texas, you wear what's called a bolo tie, which looks ridiculous anywhere else. But you can wear a bolo tie if you're in Texas. Otherwise, don't do that. So your first choice is regular tie or bow tie. Don't wear a bow tie. You look like an ass. Then your next question is, what color shirt do you wear? Now, believe this or not, some judges are actually really picky about this. Some judges will insist that you wear white. I've had it happen. Now, they say you wear white, you wear white. And incidentally, you can't go wrong with white. So, like, what color shirt do you wear? Then, like, do you have a pocket square or not? Which I incidentally would not recommend because it just looks too frilly. I don't like the way it looks. And then French cuffs or not, which, whatever. You can have French cuffs or not, but I think they're a little much. So these are the scope of your choices. French cuffs or not, pocket square or not, what color shirt you have, and whether you have a regular tie or a bow tie. Your color of suit options are some sort of gray or some sort of blue. That's also a choice. And 2-button or 3-button. This is your world. These are your options. Deal with it. Edgeworth, what's going on here? Your fingerprints were on the murder weapon. Yeah. Also wear a wool or wool blend suit. Or else it'll look ridiculous. So. And a foggy photo makes one thing clear. Fountain pen or a ballpoint? I mean, there's no real rules on the pens. You can do anything you want. You know, my favorite pen of choice right now is a fountain pen. This is a Lamy fountain pen. It's my favorite pen right now, and I'm using Noodler's black blue ink in that permanent ink. But you know, you can use any kind of pen you want. And a foggy photo makes one thing clear. The only one who could have shot that man was the person in the photo. Yeah, probably. No seersucker. You can do seersucker if you're in the South. You can do seersucker if you're in the South. I've never worn a seersucker to court. I don't own a seersucker, but one of these days I really should because I think it'd be awesome. Seersucker's cool. I like seersucker. What about tie? Should I leave my Darth Vader tie at home? Yes, you should. You know, simple, yes. Just, no, don't get fancy on ties. You know, just, like, the ties they would sell at nice men's dress shops. I'm a fan of single color tie personally, but, you know, that's me. Was that you in the boat? Yes, it was me. What? But you must believe me. I didn't shoot him. Okay, someone else I guess could have picked up the gun and fired it. Who is that? I mean, it's possible, right? So it was your gun. It fired the bullet. It has your fingerprints on it. So you held the gun, you thought about shooting, you didn't. You rode back, someone else picked up the gun and then shot him, who also happened to be wearing gloves. Okay, I guess it's possible. Well, let's see what else we got. I mean, we do know the gun fired 3 shots, right? And the person only heard 2. So, like, she heard 2 from the water, and so now our hypothetical is 2 shots fired, maybe by him, purposely missed, rode back in, someone else picked up the gun, fired the 3rd shot fatally, dumped him in the water, blah, 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 question mark, question mark, question mark. Nessie is involved. Then who did? I don't know. You don't know? Weren't you right there? I heard a gunshot from very close by. Then the other man fell from the boat. I can't say why, but I thought at the time that he had shot himself. You mean it was a suicide? That's the only explanation I came up with. Huh. How am I going to convince anyone of that? Say, Maya? Oh, what? Any progress with Mia? Oh, sorry. It's no good. Ugh. I know. I'm no good for anything, am I, Nick? No, don't say that. If I can't call my sister, I might as well not be here. I won't say, yeah, you're useless. That's just mean. No, I need you here. No, of course not. I need you here. I can see you're always trying to help out. If you don't actually help, it's the thought that counts, right? It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. Also, another thing when it comes to suits, another little pet peeve of mine. This is a personal pet peeve, and I hate people who do it. Is when they have a colored shirt, but it has a white collar. I really hate that. It's like, pick one or the other, man. It's like, if you're gonna wear a colored shirt, wear a colored shirt. But I really hate colored shirts with a white collar. And you don't have a button down, and I've seen people wear it in court. It looks so sloppy. Don't have a button down shirt with a button on your collar on a suit. It looks weird. Use a point collar or a spread collar. And use a 4-in-hand knot. Or use an Oxford knot. I know my stuff about when it comes to my suit game. It's okay, Nick. You don't have to make me feel better. I like a half Oxford, actually. That's why I usually go with half Oxford. It's nice, but it's not hard, and it looks nice. I don't know anything about trials or defense. What's more, I'm a spirit medium who can't even contact spirits. That is hard. That is difficult, yes. Everyone has their off days. I mean, I've just been getting lucky lately. Also, personally, and this is more of a preference thing, when you get a suit jacket, you can get it with the vent down the middle or the 2 vents on the side, and I'm a fan of the vent on the sides. I don't like the vent down the middle. First of all, it looks like another butt crack, which just looks weird. And second of all, if you get them down either side, to me at least, it looks a lot nicer, and it gives you a little bit more breathing room. And also, when I have my jackets cut, I make the armholes a little bit bigger than they would normally be, so it gives me more flexibility in my arm movement. So when I get the tailoring, I make sure to make the armhole a little bigger, so it gives me more flexibility, so I can gesture much wider without pulling at my suit, because you want to wear it buttoned, remember, when you're up. So, yeah. The stream has now talked into, yes, Big C Burger. This stream has now turned into a talk of suits and how one should dress for court. Yes. And you don't want to go too fashion forward. You know, you can never go wrong with like a traditional, what you would like call English Savile Row style. You know, you can't go wrong with a traditional notch, simple notch instead of a peak. I like the notch. You know, I like, and I do like to have like a different color on the buttonhole or the boutonniere hole. I like to have a different color there. You know, like usually gold on blue. I'll do something like that to just like make it a little bit accent, a little bit interesting. Yeah. I mean, I've been just getting lucky lately. But you never know when my luck is going to run out. Oh, and incidentally, I cannot, when it comes to suits, one magic trick that I personally love, and there are people who disagree with me, but for me, one of the big magic tricks is a very thin black undershirt, because that way it doesn't, because the white shirt will show through and it can show your skin and stuff, and it can sweat. So if you wear a black undershirt, it helps the white stand out a lot better, and also helps prevent your sweat and stuff from getting on the shirt. So a very thin black, like t-shirt, a t-shirt under, but without a pocket so it doesn't show. So a pocketless black t-shirt that's very thin is a very good, it's very good for your suit game. Recommended. But you never know when my luck is gonna run out. Really? Whoa, right. Don't just this case ups more than it already has. It's bad for my heart. Oh, sorry. Whoops. And you know, one good thing I will agree with Legal is Indochino makes good suits. I have Indochino suits. They make good suits. I also use Suit Supply suits. They make really good suits. So if you're looking for a suit or custom shirts, Indochino makes some really good stuff. They make some stuff that's better than like you can get off a lot of other racks, and it's better fitting. Court is back in session. Mr. Von Karma, call your witness. Yes. Mr. Will Miss Lotta Hart take the stand. I like using the long, tall pen pocket in suits for titanium chopsticks. Fair enough. Oh dear, look at this woman. Lotta Hart, you're a research student at university. That I am. Good. Begin by telling us what you saw the night of the incident. And don't add anything trivial or subjective. Screw you. Understand? Here it says, do you not like Legal? I like Legal. I also like razzing Legal. You know, I like razzing him. Which is fine, because I also like razzing my other attorneys, that they razz me. You know, we give each other, it's part of camaraderie, you know, we give, it's the way men do friendship. The way men do friendship is we razz each other a little. So I razz him. Y'all need to learn some manners. Understand? Yeah, I understand. Very well. Your testimony, please. Railway hacker says, tailoring. I get mine at secondhand shops. Well, 1 second, railway hacker. You pretty much always want to get your suits tailored. And you can get a suit off the rack and get that tailored. You know, get it done, get it custom for you. And it looks so much better. You know, it's very unlikely a suit straight off the rack or straight off wherever you're buying it or from someone else is going to fit you perfectly. So if you get a suit, wherever you get it, off the rack, secondhand, and it fits pretty good or even really good, you really should take it to a tailor and make sure that they see if they can make it better, because they almost certainly can. They can make they can make it fit you even better. You know, let something out, pull something in, and it'll look. You know, 50 bucks worth of tailoring can go a really long way. So, recommended. It was after Christmas. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang coming up from the lake. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Then there was another bang. There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Edgeworth isn't his own attorney. Phoenix is representing him. So everything's going to be A-okay. Yeah, Edgeworth isn't representing himself. Phoenix is representing Edgeworth. So, good times. Huh? Judge, she happened to take a photo of the incident. This is that photo. Accept it as evidence. The photo is valid evidence. This is not the way you admit it. This is not the way you would do it. If here's how you would do this, at least in the federal systems, your state rules may vary, probably not by much. So the way you normally would do this, first of all, you have the person on the stand who took the photo, and we're somewhere in their line of questioning. So we have them already on the stand. We're already somewhere in their questioning, somewhere along the line. And now we've come to the point where they've taken the photo or whatever. And so now's the point we want to admit the photo. So here's the way you would normally do this. First of all, you've probably already given a copy to your opposing party beforehand from discovery. So, and you've already probably marked it in advance from discovery. Because it's one of the things you do in advance to make everyone's life easier. So you would say, I wish to present this photograph, which I have previously marked defendant's exhibit, whatever. And if the other side doesn't already have one, you would hand it to them, and then you would hand it to the judge. Judge takes a look and says, okay. Just to see what it is. Then you hand it to the witness. And you say, and then you would ask, what is this? And because you've done prep in advance with your witness, they know what you're asking. It's to say, well, this is a photograph I took of the night and night of such and such in question. And so you say, well, you took this photograph yourself? Yes. With equipment you owned? Yes. And how they get developed? I did whatever. And is this an accurate reflection of the photograph you took, an accurate reflection of the evening or an event in question? And they say yes, and say, I now move to offer it as an exhibit, whatever. And they say yes or no, and that's how you do it. So this is not quite the right method, but yeah. Well, this is a surprise. The judge doesn't know what evidence is going to come in. Unless there's been suppression motions or motion to eliminate in advance, which, is not unusual. I don't do criminal law. I do patent law, which is civil. We don't have a lot of motions in limine. But yeah, unless there's motions in limine or motions to suppress, they wouldn't know the evidence coming in advance. So everything's a surprise. This looks like the very moment of the murder. The judge shouldn't be saying this. Order! I will remove people from this courtroom if they do not have order immediately. As the witness testified, she looked at the lake when she heard the shot. There were no other boats on that lake. So the man in the boat with the victim must have been the one who shot him. Hero asks, are you much of a gamer? I don't know if I qualify as a huge gamer, but I play some games. I play a lot of Stellaris. I have a strange amount of time in Stellaris. I've been playing Paranoia. Happiness is Mandatory. I've been playing that game. Just came out. That's been a lot of fun. I have a Nintendo Switch. Been playing Breath of the Wild. I just got Breath of the Wild for Black Friday. So I know it's been out for like a year, but I just got it. I've been playing that. That's been a lot of fun. Yeah, so I guess I'm a decent gamer. Yeah. Yes, it was defendant Miles Edgeworth. Order! 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 The Prime Minister. Well, Judge? The evidence is decisive. I have very little doubt about this case. Very well, this court finds the defendant. Objection, yes. Wait, Your Honor. I haven't cross-examined the witness yet. Yeah. A cross-examination? We have photographic proof. What question can there possibly be? I can think of some. I can think of many questions. And you have photographic proof of 2 people in a boat and a gun. This photo is worth 1,000 words, and they all read guilty. Did I buy for the DLC for Breath of the Wild? Not yet, because I'm just still playing the main game. You lose. Or do you claim to have found a contradiction or testimony? Well, not necessarily, but I still get to cross-examine her anyway. Maybe I can create one. Very well. If you have to, you may cross-examine the witness. Screw you. It's my right. Screw you. You will only flounder and ask meaningless questions. You will fail to find anything. Roman Sheep says this is the first game stream I've been here. Yeah, we don't play a lot of games here on Uncivil Law. I played Paranoia, Happiness is Mandatory here a little bit the other day. We've been playing the Phoenix Wright series because people seem to really like it. And if people really like gaming, we'll play other games too. So it can become a gaming law channel. You know, there's nothing wrong with that. We can do gaming and law. It's great. And then I'll have you in contempt of court. No, you won't. Screw you. Rate the prosecutors in evilness. Edgeworth is probably more evil at this point. I forget the first guy. The first guy in the first case. I forget him. Honest to God, I can't remember anything about him. But Edgeworth was a little bit worse in terms of evilness. This guy actually has a case. So that's, you know, a thing that exists. Contempt of court, you know. I guess I understand. What are you going to do? None of these guys are Cardassian. They're not even close. What are you talking about, Lent? None of these guys are Cardassian. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? I think some point in my you know, I've been doing the patent law thing for 12 years. It's been fun. I'm getting a little bit tired of it, to be honest. I've actually thought about changing and becoming a criminal prosecutor. I'm not even kidding. I think it'd be fun. So if anyone, if there's any you know, jurisdictions out there that are looking for a new prosecutor, what jury wouldn't trust this face? Do you really think there was a contradiction with the facts in her testimony? Sure. I think I noticed one little thing. Yes, the number of shots. Let's take him on. Take her on. Yeah. Got a bad feeling about this. I understand. I will cross-examine the witness. Good for you, Phoenix. I pray for your sake this isn't a waste of time. You know, the defense gets the opportunity to ask questions, notwithstanding that's a waste of time. It's one of the points of trial, is to ask questions. Test the evidence. Make sure it's good. Try to give us some confidence in the result so we can all sleep at night. Zechariah RNG says, don't you have to run for prosecutor? You have to run for the prosecutor of a jurisdiction. You have to run for the head position of prosecutor, but I don't know anywhere where you have to run for positions below the head prosecutor. And I wouldn't really be interested in being the head prosecutor, because the head prosecutor usually, well, this isn't always true, but especially in bigger towns, the head prosecutor usually doesn't do any prosecution because they're so busy managing the office and managing the affairs of the office. They don't wind up going to court. So I probably wouldn't want to be the prosecutor. I'd want to be like an assistant prosecutor, because they're the ones that actually go to court. It's not usually the prosecutor who goes to court. So, just the more you know. It was Christmas Eve, just after midnight, I reckon. I was in my car. I heard this bang come up from the lake. I'll press you on that. So you weren't looking at the lake at the time? Not bad. Nope. I looked after I heard the noise. She said that already. Yes, I get to ask it again. I asked you to find contradictions. You can ask me anything you want. Shut up. Not leisurely chat with the witness. Screw you. When I looked out the window, I saw two gents in a boat. Okay. And there was another bang. Press her on that. Oh. Back. Were you watching the very moment the shot rang out? Well, yeah, sure. You're asking meaningless questions. Meaningless. Contradictions, not meaningless babble. You know, the one thing that I always feel about this game is, like, I just want to shoot the prosecutor, because I want to shoot this guy. I want to shoot this guy. He needs to shut up and stand there and look pretty while I do my job. That's what he needs to do. Shut the hell up. Von Karma, I think I hate you. I feel the same way. He's trying to keep me from talking to the witness. I don't know what he's trying to do, but... To what end? There wasn't nary a thing on the lake but that boat. Alright, let's go back and see if there's any other contradictions I missed. I was in my car. I'll press her about that, I guess. Why were you camping there, anyway? I'm a research student at my university. I was taking pictures to use in my research. What research? This all sounds suspicious. Yeah, press further. Why not? Miss Hart, could you be more specific about your research? What does the witness' motive in camping by a lake have to do with this case? It might have very well to do with the question. It's a perfectly proper question. You know, I'd want to know the answer to the question like you would in a US case, but the question might be relevant. The answer is nothing. I object to this line of questioning. It's a perfectly proper line of questioning. Objection sustained. Wait now, I'm the one who says that. Yeah, you are. Well, then say it already. Objection sustained. Thanks for nothing, Your Honor. I heard this bang come from up the lake. Let's see, do I have anything to contradict? Fire 3 times, so I can present that when she talks about. What else do I have that I can present? The bullets, the map, monster sighting. I'm going to present the gun. See if that works. This evidence clearly reveals the contradiction in that statement, Your Honor. How exactly are the evidence and statement just now related? They aren't, are they? Yes, they are. Not at all. That's right. Please think the facts are before making accusations. They are related. I don't think that won me any points with the judge. And there was another bang. There was an area thing on the lake but the boat. I can press about that, I guess. Are you sure about that? Yeah, sure as country gal can be. That sounds pretty sure. Press further, I guess. How come you're so sure? Well, heck, I scanned the whole lake. Scanned the whole lake? Almost sounds like she was more interested in the lake than the boat. Miss Hart, you... Objection. Mr. Wright. The witness has answered the question in full. No need for further questions. Objection sustained. Well, that's what I'm... Sustained? Yes, of course. Oh, great. What am I supposed to do now? There weren't any contradictions in there. Sorry, Nick. If only my sister were here. May is really taking this hard. I don't see any opportunity to... No, it doesn't. Yeah, I understand about the scanning, but there's no opportunity to, like... What if I present... present the camera? There weren't any contradictions. Sorry, Nick. What? What? Wait, what? I am now confused beyond words. The defendant will be held... The defendant will surrender to be held pending trial at a higher court. What the hell did we just do? I thought we just had a trial. What, we're having another trial at another court? I'm so confused. What? I don't understand. I don't understand things. I don't... what's going on? Why are we having more than one trial? Okay. Okay. That is all. This court is adjourned. Okay. Yeah. Well, I guess it's the end of Ace Attorney, guys. I guess it's the end of the game. I guess it's the end of the game. Edgeworth was guilty. Who knew? Well, it's a very surprising end to a very rich series, but I guess, you know, that's the end of the game, so nothing more to do here, I suppose. I did press all the statements, Sakurai. I pressed all the statements. I'll turn on the, yeah, turn on the, sound so you guys get the objection and all that shit that you guys love so much. I'll even turn on the screen shake. Let's do that. Could I get a closer look at that gun? I'd like to get a closer look at that gun as part of my testimony. No particular reason. Do you need to use the facilities, he asked. She's not a lawyer, but... Yeah, okay. She's not a lawyer, she's calling people to the stand in a death penalty case. Happens every day at my local courthouse, I'm sure. No, all that's left is for me to get the pistol so I can shoot you, shoot the judge, and then shoot myself. Not necessarily in that order. I mean, then also shoot anyone in the gallery with whatever bullets are left. That's what I want to do. Kill everyone in sight. Fictional. Not in the real court system. Because in the real court system, it's not this stupid. There's some stupid sometimes, but it's manageable stupid. This is unmanageable stupid. Okay, having clicked many, many times, we're on to something new, so I'll go back to my voice acting. Peh, I care not for this melodrama. Listen well, Mr. Wright. I do not tolerate badgering of my witnesses. I'm running out of time. I better find a contradiction here, or else. Mr. Wright, begin your cross-examination. Present. Photograph, because it's foggy? Got you. Got you, Miss Hart. Finally. What? You got what? Look at this photograph. The photo I took? The very same. There's something I want you to see in this photo. It's quite clearly visible. The fog, Miss Hart. So, this picture was taken with your professional high-quality film, correct? Yet even it could not capture the faces of the men on the boat. Yet you claim you saw Mr. Edgeworth. How? What? What? Mr. Wright has a point. That's why I told her not to say that in her testimony, please. Oh. Okay. That's called coaching. You're not allowed to do that in the United States. You can't do that. No. You can prep, not coach. This would be the line between the two. Yet now she has said it, Mr. Von Karma. And also you're in violation of your ethics and Brady. And yeah. How could you possibly see Mr. Edgeworth? Explain yourself, Miss Hart. What? Could you see the defendant that night? Of course. I said I could, I meant I could. Then please testify as to the circumstances of your sighting. Look at this photograph. Every time I do it makes me laugh. Very well done, Remensheep. I finally found a hole in Von Karma's carefully vague testimony. One could almost say it was foggy testimony. You're right. It was a cold night and the fog was thick as grits. So once I was finished setting up my camera, I got back in the car. Still, I brought my binoculars with me. That's not going to help you see through the fog. It's going to make the fog bigger. When I heard that noise out the lake, I looked with my binoculars. See, no problem. Binoculars don't work that way. You used binoculars? Very well. You may begin your cross-examination. This one better be good. Yes, that's not how binoculars work. That's my objection. Binoculars? Yeah, binoculars. Yesterday you mentioned that you were out looking for shooting stars, correct? Well, yeah. Wouldn't you need a telescope, not binoculars for that? I've got doubts about your camera, too. Was it really ready to take pictures of a meteor shower? The camera is irrelevant to this case. I can't decide whether you should live or die. Oh, you'll probably go to heaven. Please don't hang your head and cry. No wonder why. My heart is cold inside. It's cold and dead and petrified. Lock the door and close the eye. We're going for a ride. Oh, I feed you poison birthday cake. I won't deny I'm gonna miss you when you're gone. Oh, I would bury you alive. You can't say that for certain. Mr. Wright. Is camera really relevant to this case? If you believe it is, you may continue with this line of questioning. But know this. You find nothing. There will be consequences. Well, Mr. Wright. Do you wish to press further about the camera? Yes, I do. Does it make or break it? Camera's the utmost important. It is perhaps the key to this entire case. Therefore, I'll continue my line of questioning. If it was set up to take pictures of a meteor shower, why was it pointed at the lake? Wouldn't you, like, normally point at... Right, I'll press on that. Ms. Hart, what made you choose that lake to photograph meteors? You know, the fog gets thick on that lake. It's not very suited to stargazing. Yeah, well, you see, I guess I wasn't thinking too straight. Huh? That's not badgering. It's not even close to badgering. Yeah, wasn't she going to photograph fireworks? You were photographing shooting stars? That's a lie. Says who? I saw the camera you set up yesterday. It was pointed directly at the lake. You have to point a camera upward to take photographs of the star, Miss Hart. Oof. Mr. Wright, what are you driving at? The witness was not at the lake to photograph shooting stars, Your Honor. Well then, what exactly was she photographing? Do I know? I guess that's what she was photographing. Is that what she was photographing the lake with that? I never heard of no lake monster. You got proof or something? Let's see you prove that I was down at the lake trying to photograph this Gordy. The proof, Miss Hart, is your own camera. Your camera was set to take photos in response to loud noises, correct? That's the photograph here, taken when the gun was fired on the lake. And here, this article about Gordy. According to this article, Gordy made a loud noise when it emerged. I'm gonna need about $350. My retention fee, my retainer is about $350. I'm gonna need about $350 for your case. That's why you had set up your camera to respond to loud noises. Order! Order! The Prime Minister. I see. I too thought it was a little strange. Well, Miss Hart, you're camping there and trying to take a photo of Gordy, weren't you? Yeah, not bad. Are all your lawyers that smart? I mean, kinda. A lot of lawyers are pretty smart. Yeah. So smart, boys. Down trying to photograph Gordy. You got me. So what? Doesn't change what I saw, does it? What you just used several questions Miss Hart trying to prove is nothing more than the witness is an idiot who thinks monsters exist. That's cute. Throwing your own witness under the bus. Not actually the worst idea I've ever seen in my life either. So, it's not a bad idea. It changes nothing. Not true. You're hiding something about Gordy for some reason. I know it. Let's just groove to music for a minute. Alright, it's enough of that. Well, what could it have been? Whatever it is, I'm getting to the bottom of this. His heart. Why did you hide the fact that you're searching for Gordy from the court? Please revive your testimony. Fine, it won't change nothing though. I'm gonna spot it. Actually, I'm not a research student at the university. I'm an investigative photographer. Imagine what a scoop would be if I got a picture of that monster. That's why I was camping out by the lake. That's all I was hiding. I heard the bang, I still looked up right at the lake. There wasn't much else to look at, so I just watched that boat the whole time. Then I saw a flash. Near one of the men's hand, I heard another gunshot. I was looking right at the boat the whole time, crossed my heart and hoped to fry. Someone commented on one of my videos. Juan commented on one of my videos. Thanks, Juan, for your many happy crying faces. Thank you, Juan, for your comment from an hour ago. Just saw that. Your participate. No, this is a good point to say. If you would like to leave comments on my videos, I do try to respond to many of them, as I hope you've noticed. But please try to engage. I'll keep trying to engage with you, and I appreciate it. Yeah, let's go. You may cross-examine the witness. The witness testimony is unchanged from before. Whether she's a research student or not has no bearing. Well, it goes to credibility. This game has instant losses. Then what manner of person are you? Nice. I'm not sure I'm highfalutin enough to be called a manner of anything. That's cute. I'm an investigative photographer. Press. Investigative photographer? Yep. You get your photo and sell it to the press. It's that kind of business. I was taking pictures of my sister's graduation last year, and guess what? What? There was a UFO. UFO. There was a UFO. UFO. Just hanging in the sky. A UFO? You had to figure it out too. You know, an unidentified flying object? A UFO. That's when it's word revelation. I know I should become a photographer. Let's see. Imagine what skill would be to get a picture of that monster. Is Gordy all that newsworthy? Heck yeah. They even have him up on TV. I'm not sure that appearing on local news. That's why I was camping out by the lake. But that's all I was hiding. Press. I think it's time you told us why you felt you had to hide your true purpose at the lake. Heck, if word got out what I was up to, the lake be swarming with competitors. Competitors? Yeah. Second-rate shutterbugs try to steal my scoop. Ah. Is that the only reason you're hiding the truth? Well, actually... Alright, so what do I have in my evidence file? What am I missing? What am I missing? Alright, I give up. I give up. How do I solve this? I give up. How do I solve this? I have to present it at what point? I have to present the article again at what point in the testimony? This is stupid. Okay. Okay. I'd like to just take a moment to review what she just said here. I wasn't fibbing or nothing. I thought, I could be a witness to a murder and all. Yeah. I'm going to take this gun and I'm going to stab her with it. Don't ask me how I'm going to stab someone with a gun. I will find a way. Because that's how I feel right about now. Zachariah, ONG. I don't know if you're doing a call back to one of my old videos when you said that. It's like there's something I can't quite remember. It starts with a P, ends with urgery. Yeah, I don't know if yeah, it's a good callback there, Zachariah. +1 for you for bringing us back. Oh my word, yeah. But hey, you got the photograph. You got proof. I got a photo of nothing. Still, we can't see you shooting who in this. Right. That's why I took the photo and... Witness, that's enough. You've had a long day. Shut your pie hole? I've definitely never heard a lawyer say that in court. Oh, man. The hook brings you back. I ain't telling you no lies. The hook brings you back. On this you can rely. Yeah. She enlarged that photograph. Why wouldn't Von Karma let show it? Got a hunch that the large photo shows something bad for Von Karma. Wow, if it does, that's like not just putting aside Brady, that's like a violation of fundamental ideas of like justice anywhere, right? Let's see, let's show the enlargement. You enlarged this photograph, did you not? Yeah, I did. Why hasn't the enlargement not been presented? Because it does not exist. She just said it does. What are y'all talking about? You're the one who told me not to show it in court in the first place. You old fool. That would also be coaching, by the way. What's the meaning of this, Mr. Von Karma? Miss Hart. Show the photograph. Show us the enlargement. Prosecution objects. Objection denied. Witness will show the enlargement. Here it is. That really doesn't show me anything. The gun doesn't look the same. That could be the same gun. It could be the same gun. Yeah, it could be the same game. What should I do? Object to the enlargement, show other evidence, and wait and see. I guess I'll object. Your Honor, there's something decidedly strange with this enlargement. What might that be? It's in his left hand. Yeah, you got it. Thanks, Lint. You noticed it. It is the left hand. Here on the shooter? I'm not sure I understand. What's strange? Look at the hand holding the pistol. The hand? That hand directly contradicts another piece of evidence. The man's left hand does what? Let me show you. I'll show you the evidence that left hand contradicts. Hold on. The evidence is clear. The man's photograph is holding that pistol in his left hand. However, prints on the murder weapon were from Edward's right hand. Now that everyone in the courtroom has quieted down, I have to reconvene this court of law. This is not a court of law, and I may be more frustrated by that single sentence than any sentence we've seen in this game yet so far. This is not a court of law. This is a travesty, an abomination of everything I believe in and hold dear on any level whatsoever. And I want to take the entire court and burn it to the ground. So, yeah. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. You have given us definitive proof today. You now know it was not Mr. Edgeworth who fired the pistol. No, you strictly speaking don't know that, but I'm not going to correct you. However, this leaves us with a rather large problem. If Edgeworth didn't do it, then who shot it? It's not my problem. Maybe you should have brought a case the day after the murder. As we've seen, there were no other people in the lake. Who but the defendant could have shot? Miss Hart, the victim himself, or Larry? Who's Larry? Larry Butts? I mean, it's not the victim himself because there's two people. Miss Hart? I guess Miss Hart is the most logical person. Let's put the witness. What? Do you have proof of this? Proof schmoof. Oh, is it over? You can't find the defendant guilty. You know for a fact he's not. Well, I'm not sure if I can be bothered to start over at this point, because the judge was just presented with very good evidence that wasn't them, and then said, but it is them and guilty anyway. So since the whole thing is a farce, why should I participate? Why should I participate in this game when the whole thing is a farce and doesn't resemble anything resembling any sort of justice? This game's stupid. Alright, well, let's see what other chat there was while I wrap this up. We had a lot of chat today, a lot of people participating. I'm very much thankful for that. I don't think there's really any chat today that we didn't really respond to. I think we got everything. I don't know. If you like this channel, if you like the stream, please like it. Please comment. If you like my pain, please comment. If this video gets lots of likes and lots of comments, then maybe we'll do more. And if not, then maybe we'll never do any more ever again. Because this is painful to me. And I don't care about any of these people anymore because the whole thing is stupid. But that's the end of this stream for tonight. This has been Uncivil Law. Thanks for joining us for whatever this is. I still don't know what it is. It's Phoenix Wright's Ace Attorney trilogy, I guess. Later, guys.